Well, I'm walking home from Lightwater where Helena and her mother live, and I'm going to cross Sunningdale Golf Course where the Senior Open Championship will be next year and where Helen and I met. So enjoy the walk. So in England, you're allowed to use the public footpaths that are in the golf courses. And this place reminds me of, I don't know, like North Carolina, because of the pine trees and the ferns and the smell that, because we just had a thunderstorm. You got that mix between the mold that comes up and the really fresh water that comes out of the thunderstorm, out of the ionosphere. The amazing thing is that there's seldom people out here. So if you hear me breathing heavily, it's because I got a backpack full of stuff. I also have groceries, and I have some mounts for the so I can store my kayak better on top of the onion. So I'm huffing and puffing. It's quite hilly too. I came through here yesterday and got a little disoriented. But today I'm determined to make it pretty straight because the weather's threatening. And I've already walked about 5 extra miles because I forgot to pick up my prescription in Lightwater. And I need it. So I'd already walked about 2.5 miles towards Sunningdale, and I turned around and went back, and so it's been quite the day. spider web across the face. Stop there. Bug in the mouth. Standard hiking things. A lot of lean-tos out here. I guess the kids come out here and I don't know, maybe you can sleep out here. I don't see any fires and I don't see any litter. Usually the kids litter like crazy. It's a sad state of affairs when most of the people in England are quite tidy, but the younger generation seems to disrespect the earth. They have quite the gang problem over here, even in the schools as young as 12-year-olds. They have gang problems and they have knife issues, similar to the way we have gun issues. So getting rid of the guns, well, I guess I shouldn't be too political here, but it's not the guns that are doing the damage. It's the fact that the family is breaking down, and because these kids use knives because they can't get a hold of guns. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light. I think a really intelligent man said that. Martin Luther King Jr. maybe? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. I think those are sloe berries, and you can make sloe gin out of them, but I wouldn't do it on that knowledge. I would wait until I got somebody to verify that. Don't know if there'd be anybody out here playing today because the thunderstorms are really close by. In case you lose track of where you are, they have these signs here. Sorry for the jerkiness. That's when my cord from my battery pack pulls the wire. That's a better solution. So I tested Russ Cochran's knowledge of Sunningdale the other day and took a picture from about halfway down the fairway of this hole and asked him which hole it is. Texted the picture to him, and he came back right away and said, well, that's number 9 on Sunningdale. Tee box is up there. Nobody's out today. And that's the little halfway house. And where I took the picture was out in the rough like this, and I guess that's why Russ got it so quickly. A couple of dog walkers down there. It's been a really dry summer, but we're having rain the next couple of days. Might catch up a little bit. Before the COVID, Helena and her mother Melita and I would come out here to the halfway house for what they call a sausage bunty, basically a sausage sandwich. And then we would, Helena's mom, Melita, had a stroke a while back, and so we would have her walk on uneven land and up and down steps and balance herself on the tee box. Just was a great way to do some therapy. A little bit of a hill here. Nothing for Michael O'Connor, Katie Taylor. Those guys can kick butt, but I'm just a little bit worn out right now. This is probably where my shot into the green would be. That hole you see right there is on the new course, because the next hole of the old course in Sunningdale is on the other side of that green. But we built a new course, and it's gorgeous over here. So I'll show you this little par 3. Yeah, there has to be a weather alert out here, because there's not a cricket moving, much less a golfer. See, now this is what I love about England. You're out here on a golf course and public footpath, and these guys are, how you doing? They're riding their bicycles right where people would be playing, but what they do is they just stop and let the golfers play, and they try to use a little common sense and a little etiquette. I'm going to tell you a little tale about this tee box. So Melita was working up these steps because they're really good to work for her. They're uneven, and you have to really negotiate those bad boys. So we were on the top of the box like this, and we saw some golfers coming off this hole, and this was the next tee box. So we backed away, and to my surprise, the gentleman, there was a twosome, no, actually it was just a single man, and he said, "Do you play golf?" And I said, "I play at it. I'm not very good." But he said, "Would you like to hit a drive?" So I said, "Yeah, that'd be great, man." So see that tree right there on the corner? I got up, teed one up, and this is a pretty hard dog leg left. I asked him what would be a good aiming point if I could hit it about 275, and he said, "Well, if you can do that, put it over that tree and have a little draw on it." I said, "Well, that's what I'm going to do." And to everyone's surprise, that's exactly what happened. And so there's a guy out here that thinks I'm the best golfer in the world after doing that shot. But we all know that it was just a little bit of, I can hit a really good shot once in a while. Every once in a while. I don't know what hole that was. I bet you it was number 10 because it meets here at the halfway house, and usually the next hole out is number 10, but sometimes it'll be, you'll come in on 8 and then you go back out at 9, but it's sort of strange. Depends on how old the course is. So I'm pretty sure, since that's a new course, that was number 10 on the new course. So this is number 10 on the old course. It'll be next summer that Russ will be back out here. He's going to try to win this thing. The 2011 Senior Open champion out of Walton Heath. Look how pretty this place is. Goodness gracious. Now, I don't know about you, but when I see a bunker like this lined with this heather, that's a tough nut to crack there. And then all along the way, you got to pay attention to these little drains that actually they're cut in here to drain the water out of the low areas, because otherwise this would be a bog, and nobody could walk through there anyway. I accidentally got into a bog yesterday and went up to about my top of my boots. So this is right off the edge of the green. See the hole? Like I said, just absolutely gorgeous pine trees. And my groceries are starting to get heavy. Should have had a bigger backpack. So the golf courses are good around here about keeping the chemicals to a minimum so that the wildlife thrives, especially the bees. They know just how important bees are. Trying to make sure I'm on the right road. Oh, I see it over there. There it is. So I've gotten a little confused. Yeah, okay, so that was 10. This is 11. This is the right-hand side of number 11. So nobody's out here playing, but even if they were, I could walk out here as long as I just pay attention to where the golfers are, stay out of their way, and stop moving when they're ready to hit. Highly unusual. Find a beer can out here, but I'll stop and pick it up. Hell, they wasted half a beer on top of everything. type of littering. Like I said, it's a little wet out here today because we had thunderstorms in the area. Looks like it's calmed down a lot now. So there's the green. And then you go up that hill to number 12. I'm hearing maybe a deer or something back in here. You go up there to hit down to this par 3. It's all downhill. Pretty short hole. How are you?
Hi, evening.
Yeah, good to see you. I didn't have a chance to ask him to video, so I didn't want to get anybody out of joint. We'll see. Like I said, I think this is number 10, 11, 12. And so this would be a downhill par 3, but of course, I could have lost track there because I'm starting to get a little bit worn out. Very dry. I gotta drink some water. Yeah, we've had record heat, about 90, 92 degrees, and record humidity up around 90, 95. It's like living in Paducah, Kentucky again. Okay, so that par 3 was number 13 because this is number 14. It's a par 5. It's a long way down there. There's another fellow walker. Hello. No, I'm just ambling through, taking videos for friends back in.
I just wondered, there is a dog wandering round.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, and I just wondered if you could...
No, what kind is it? I'd like one.
German Shepherd. I think it's all white husky.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I'll look out for him. He didn't look like he had tags on him? Lost dog. Oh, shit. Oh, well, there's the dog. So this is number 13 green. And then looking back up to the tee box, see it's quite a hill there, so it's all downhill. And then this green actually keeps rolling away, and then you can see the edges of this thing are, when it falls off, it's going to keep going. Get back to today's goal. I don't see anybody. Yeah, it must be closed for the thunderstorms. It's funny, they do it differently than America, right? Everybody'd be waiting. And then if it cleared up like it is, when there's not any lightning around, they can get back out there. But here they just shut it down. This is a pretty exclusive course anyway, so. thought somebody was yelling at me, but they were calling a dog. I've been called like that before, I think. This kind of course would be one that Scott Schaefer and Bobby Bledsoe could just eat up for lunch. My brother Philip, you know, he can hit the ball a long way back in the day. He would drop it right down here off the first tee. Little par 4. There's the green. So this is number 1. It doesn't look like they use any easy pin placements, even for, that's a tough looking placement. And then the landing area for your tee shot is in between, short of or in between these 2 bunkers. Not very many people can hit over them, but I guess there's a few of them out there. So this is just a bunker. There's no sand or anything. It's just a hole, a mound, and a bunch of heather. And you get in there, boy, you got your work cut out for you. So it is. There's a clubhouse. It's about 10 minutes after 6, I guess. We'll take a walk all the way up there and then call it a day. Because I take the train from Sunningdale. Otherwise, it's a long walk to the river. And just on the other side there, I think that's number 17 green, and then number 18 green ends right up there at the other side of the tee box. Hopefully Helena and I will be out here in a year or so, walking around with Jackie and Reed and Russ playing, and he gets to play the 4 days and make a little bit of money. Need Kelly to come over and Ryan, because we could have a nice time on the River Thames on Onion. The barge that we live on is 57 feet long and 10 feet wide. It's got room for 6. Got a regular kitchen in it, and by that time I may even have a special surprise for the people that come over if things keep going in the right direction. Well, I'm sort of tired of holding this thing up. So there's the clubhouse. And look back down the fairway to the green that's in the distance. It's been 40 minutes, so that's a pretty good video. This is the American on top.